On this episode of Road Dirt, Ted Edwards takes a ride on the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. Stay tuned.
Hello everybody, Ted Edwards with Road Dirt Motorcycle Media, and I'm here in Dallas, Texas to test ride the new Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. We're here at Royal Enfield's new technical headquarters that they just built. In fact, we just took a tour. The paint is still drying on the walls. In a week, technicians from all around the country will be coming here to learn how to work on Royal Enfields. So I'm going to take this Royal Enfield Meteor 650 for a spin and tell you what I think. My first impression of the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650 is how easy it is to ride. It's comfortable with a nice reach to the bars, and the forward foot controls are not too far forward as to be reach. Clutch is easy, this transmission shifts super easy, and the mapping for the fuel injection is well calibrated, so pulling away from stops is easy. Even though the listed wet weight is 530 pounds fully fueled, that weight's carried super low, so it feels a lot lighter than that. Lifting it off the kickstand proves that. The short wheelbase of this bike makes handling kind of fun actually for a cruiser, and the front fork is excellent. It's actually Royal Enfield's first use of an upside down fork, and strange enough, it just happens to be on a cruiser. Kind of makes me wonder if a retuned version of this fork will make its appearance on the Continental GT, but we'll see. The rear shocks are a bit harsh, but I've been on worse. We're about halfway through the day's ride with the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650, and I'm really starting to like the bike. The engine, although it's a 650, has plenty of pulling power to pass, even on these Texas roads where everything's big in Texas, including the speed limit. The suspension is compliant. The rear suspension is just a little bit stiff, but the upside-down front fork is super compliant. Riding position is comfortable. And the more time I spend on it, the more I can see myself riding this. Even though I'm not the cruiser type, this is a cruiser that's starting to grow on me. And it's a gorgeous bike. Royal Enfield has gone through great lengths to make sure to hide all the routing and the cables. So even when it's parked, it's a great bike. We're going to spend some more time on it, take it to some twisty roads, but the more time I spend on it, the more I find it's a pretty willing companion. If you're looking for a cruiser that's not too heavy, a very willing companion, you should consider the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. Maybe what I like best about this bike is its size. There's always something about riding a slow bike fast that just seems to return all of us into why we got into motorcycling in the first place. And yes, we all like great power and speed and sharp handling, but this bike is asking, almost kind of begging us to return to the simple joy of riding a motorcycle. Things like a nice motor, a good sound, the wind in your face, and good vibes that come through the foot pegs and the handlebars. It's just a great riding experience, and all of this comes in at just around $7,000. Just $7,000 for a brand new motorcycle? What's not to like? Hey everybody, Ted Edwards with Road Dirt Motorcycle Media, and I just spent the day on the new Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. At the end of the day, I like this bike. I got off it about 20 minutes ago after spending all day on it. I could get right back on it. Rear suspension's a little stiff, but other than that, it fuels well, rides well, it's comfortable down the road, makes all the right cruiser vibes. If you're shopping for a mid-size cruiser, this could be your bike. The price point is excellent. The build quality is fantastic. At the end of the day, I was trying to find things to criticize. There's not much to it. It's a great bike. So, Ted Edwards with Road Dirt Motorcycle Media, ride life.